recording? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. I guess we'll see. So I just wanted to quickly walk you through getting ready for this test and our other stuff for this week. Here in Module 5, we've got the review for the test. Oh, there we go. Things to note. There's a study guide in here, which I'll go through in a second. You really need to go through this in detail. Make sure you find problems like all the ones that are mentioned. Make sure you can do those. Nothing new. It should all be things you've seen in your homework or I've talked about in my videos. So nothing exciting there. And the due date is Sunday at midnight. So make sure you've got it done by then. Module 6 material should be posted as well, but it's not on this test. So this test only covers modules 1 through 4. Other stuff, I've got this link to the testing information, and that just pulls up this same document, which I pulled up in the first week. Information for this first test, test 1, is 1.5 hours. It's available now, as soon as you see this video, and it's due this coming Sunday. Okay. If you're off campus, again, you should hopefully have already done this, but you'll need to contact the LEC, the Learning Enhancement Center, who handles our proctoring, and there's the link for that. Hattiesburg students, just give me a call. I'll just run you through through the hours. Of course, I can tell you that now. If you're familiar with the Hattiesburg campus, we've got the math zone here, and it turns out I've got proctors until 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then Friday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday we've got proctor Sunday from 12:30 to 4:30. So I've got a roster. If you just let me know you're coming, I'll make a note on it and give it to the proctor so they'll know you're coming, and you just come in and take your test. But if you do that, just make sure you come with enough time to take this thing. So come in an hour and a half, at least an hour and a half before we close. Okay. Other stuff, the rules. I think I went over this the first week, but basically something to write with, some blank paper, or your proctor will give you blank paper, and a calculator, a scientific calculator. It's not a graphing calculator. Okay. So let's pull up this study guide. I thought I already pulled it up. I guess I'll just pull it up now. Okay, so again, it starts off with just some more information about the test. And then I've got the list of objectives. I've got it broken down by section, so you can just go through each section and find problems that match these descriptions. For example, the very first one got 2.1. From this section, I've got one question. That's why I've got this one here in parentheses at the end. And within that section, I've got one question on this objective, if that makes any sense. So this one, find sine, cosine, and tangent for a right triangle. If I give you a right triangle with some of the information filled out, you could find, or I guess I can give you all the information, you would then find whatever you're asked for. It may be all three of those, it may just be one of those. When I wrote this problem, I was looking at example 1 in the textbook, so you may want to look at that example. So sometimes I give you the example from the textbook, sometimes it's an exercise set. You should also be able to find these problems within MyMathLab. But if you want to follow along with the book to see kind of what you're looking for, what kind of instructions, that's where these numbers come from. However, there's an addendum to this. My numbers are coming from the 10th edition of the textbook. The 11th edition, I don't think there were a lot of changes. But just bear that in mind. If you're looking at the example and it doesn't seem to match the objective listed, the problem numbers may be off. I don't have an 11th edition. The university changed 11th edition. The department didn't, and no one told me. No one gave me a new copy. If anyone wants to loan me one, I'll be happy to look through it and find which numbers these are. But for the time being, just look for the actual objective. Okay. And a lot of these, even without the problem measure, you should be able to find these pretty easily. For example, section 1.1, convert an angle written in degrees, minutes, and seconds to just degrees. I mean, you've got plenty of problems about how to do that. So look through your homework, look through the text, look through the notes. You should be able to find something that matches each of these objectives. If you can do all these, the test should be a breeze for you. Okay. Anything else? No, I guess that's it. You can, once you've reviewed it all, found problems, done all that stuff, you can go take your test. And you've got the link to your MyMathLab assignments right here within this module. But again, Module 6 should also be available. Let me see what's on Module 6. Ooh, Module 6 may be it's going to be an interesting one. Oof. I may end up extending those due dates for you. Yeah, Module 6 will be open as well. At least get started on that. And I'll see you guys next time.